Hi and welcome to episode 11 of the Lotus Esprit diary. I'm here at the project shop in Bicester. They came and picked up the Lotus Esprit probably a few days ago now, and have started to investigate what's gone wrong and to take the engine out. So I've just come down to check how they're doing. I think they're just strapping the engine up, ready to try and get it out. So I'm just entering the workshop, and there's the Esprit, and that's James and Marcus working on it.
I've done it myself, and I put one on my Mrs. Ford. You know, she didn't do a cam belt snap, bent all the valves.
Yeah, well, it's stupidity really, because it ran out of fuel, and I think that's down to the sender wasn't working properly, or the balance pipe between the two tanks, because I thought there was stuff in there and it was indicating okay over there.
Right.
So it ran out of fuel on a roundabout. So I'm desperate to get it off the roundabout because there's cars whizzing around me.
Oh yeah.
And so I thought I'd try and jump it on the starter motor, but that wasn't a clever thing to do. So.
Almost a push would have been better, I suppose.
Well, there were people getting out to push, but by that point I was starting to panic. So, yeah.
I mean, it can't be the end of the world. You know, the rest of the car's good. It'll be a runner again. Clive's going to rebuild the engine because he used to work on these back when he was a young lad. Have you met Clive down the other end?
No, I haven't.
No, he's an older guy. He used to work at TWR, and they tuned these engines back in his childhood.
Oh, okay.
So he knows a lot about it. So he's going to strip the engine down, but he's getting a bit old. He can't actually get the stuff out of the car anymore.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
So it's just not much is actually wrong. Apart from obviously the engine and Clive's
the obvious. Yeah.
Clive's turned the engine over by hand, which is quite difficult. We were doing it by rolling the car, and it gets to sort of a compression point, and then it's metal on metal.
Yeah.
So there is metal on metal in there somewhere. You can see down the valves in this side; they all look all right. So it's probably an exhaust valve. That's the one you can't see.
Yeah.
If it is a valve, it's gone.
So I had a borescope down through the ignition, you know, through the plug holes.
Yeah.
And there's definitely two little kind of crescents on each piston. So, you know, where an impact has occurred on the piston.
Okay, not that the piston, because the pistons do have valve.
No, yeah, but yeah, it's definitely some marks.
Right. Which ones were they? Do you remember?
Well, I could only see in two and three because the others were fully up, so I couldn't really see.
They both have damage then?
Yeah. So I'm, you know, but I could only see two sort of kisses. So yes, one side of the valves or the other.
So it might have only slipped a tooth rather than. Did it pop?
Or one of the sprockets, presumably. If it's only one of the cam sprockets has gone, then that would be.
Yeah.
That would be the that particular valve. So you think it probably the exhaust valves hitting?
I think these would look alright from the inlet side. Okay. Like I say, well to be taken out.
So we don't yet know, do we, if we need a full rebuild? No. This is a so heads off. Certainly, if there's any damage to valves or polish up the cylinder heads, whatever it is. Yeah. I then don't know how you determine whether the bottom end needs doing without taking it apart, and if you're taking it apart, you're taking it apart, so you might as well do it.
Well, what you do is you have a look at the piston crown.
Right.
And you have a look at how much damage there is there, because sometimes a small hole can be a hole, or it can just be a dent. Yeah. So we don't know what type of pistons in it. I presume that they're steel. They don't really alley pistons in there. So they probably have survived. So Clive will probably take the bottom end journals off and just feel the play in the shaft. Right. And see if any of the actual white metal on the crank bearings is gone. Yeah. If that's all right, it'll be fine. Okay. The bottom end will be fine.
But you wouldn't be taking pistons out or anything. You'd just be checking.
No.
But if he detects that there's a fair bit of wear,
if he sees any sort of damage to the ball, if you see what I mean, then we'll have to take the piston out and go a bit further.
Yeah, okay.
But we can get the bottom end remachined.
Yeah, but it was, and I think it was down to sort of, it might be okay. Let's assume everything survived in the bottom end. However, we can see that it's wearing.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Whilst it's out, that kind of scope creep. Whilst it's out.
Measure it.
Do you know if it's ever had a rebuild?
So that's the thing, I don't know. No, I know that there was some top end work done before I got it, and they did the carbs.
And how many miles are on it?
90, something like that. Yeah, no, so not massive. Cool.
And the nature of these cars with being mid-engines is they don't get as much sloshing, they don't get as much abuse because they're quite lively.
Yeah.
So you'd think the bottom end would be quite strong in that.
Yeah, so I did actually.
What would be nice is to fit a electronic ignition, to be honest, that you could adjust without being in there, but we can still deal with it, don't worry.
Yeah, I did. So I did turn it over myself. I sort of jacked it up and put it in fourth gear and turn the back wheel.
Oh yes.
And so I'm pretty sure I made more than one revolution, but then I couldn't get it any further. And I was trying to get was trying to see, you know, whether things are lined up, and I know someone's put white marks on the thing,
yes.
and because the marks are on the other side,
We can't.
helpfully.
Yeah, we did try and see those, but we can't see the other side.
And then you got the sort of flywheel. You know, you got the kind of flywheel marker there, but I just couldn't read it at the same time. You know, this is obviously all the gear, all the panelling was in place at that point. But
Is there any other bits the car wanted doing to it?
I need to get these the rear brake calipers sorted.
It's actually on the other side. If you take the dust seal off, it's not very nice in there.
No, well, I had the other side one off.
Oh, did you?
And
but I know that
because I tried to change the pads, but I just couldn't get a piston wound in. Yeah.
So eventually that's going to cause that to fail. So we can try and get another dust boot. Also, the handbrake wasn't connected. Well, the handbrake wasn't working on one side.
I mean, certainly if that one with the dust.
Well, it definitely needs new pads anyway.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I knew the pads. So
pads and discs. So
I thought I had new. I was a whole video about it. I thought I had new pads, and it turned out they were front ones.
You clean the check over.
Yeah.
I don't know how it was running before, but they look a little bit dirty. They're not leaking though, so you could just put them straight back on.
By all accounts, literally a week or two before I bought the car, they were tuned up.
Oh, okay then. So we'll go with their good.
Fingers crossed, they should be okay. Yeah. So that one should be a twin tailpipe apparently, but they've, I don't know, 2 or 3 owners ago changed it. But yeah, let's have a look at this stuff. Yeah. So when you get it out, so you're going to get it out with the transmission, yeah?
Yeah, so
with the gearbox.
That mount there, that mount there, that mount on that side, and the one on this side we've got to do from underneath.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing should lift up with all the brakes on it, hopefully.
Yeah.
Because you're not really going to be able to split it in there.
No, I think most people have done what you've done, take the hatch off and sort of done a tip.
I've done more awkward ones before, so.
Yeah. So you say you're experimenting at the moment as to how to get it strapped.
So it's safely lift it at the angle. Yeah.
And you're going to lift it with the car lift, yeah?
Yeah, that's what we're thinking.
Yeah. Cool.
Watch that carbon wheel on the top. I reckon we get back. Do a little lift then. Again. Whoa. And again. Just draw out. And then you put that a little bit more as well.
Yeah,
Ready?
yeah, hold on.
Now I'll go up again. Now on back. 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 Yeah. Up. Up. Bit of an angle. Go on. I can give you a bit more. Yeah? Go on, puppy. Go. Go on, puppy. Yeah, put it back. Yeah, drop it.
That's giving us good mount test. Yeah, that should be okay.
Okay. Go up then.
Yeah, give it alright. That's right, moment.
So, regardless.
Keep it on the front,
Yeah, well, we can actually bring the car backwards. Oh, go. Jackie. Oh, okay, front again. Backwards, go.
How much clearance you got?
Maximum then. You go as high as you can, Mark. You tell me when I can roll the car forward, yeah?
Yeah.
Fucking close. Steve, roll the car forward, yeah?
Yeah, you should have clearance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clearing, yeah? Yeah. Get that car out of the way, lads. There we go.
Oh, that's an engine.
There's an engine there.
Well, there it is, the 2.2 litre Lotus engine, normally aspirated. And all I can say is I'm glad it wasn't me trying to get that one out, because apparently you can get these things out on your own, but I don't think I'd try. So as you can see, they had to strap it to the car lift and engine hoist on the transmission, and then we're balancing up and down on each end. They then had to actually lower it briefly to be able to tighten these straps, because there wasn't enough distance lift on the actual car post lift. So thanks very much for watching. The next episode is likely to be looking at the engine. They've got engine department just down the way, and we'll be with Clive looking at that. So good day's work for them. It's been a bit of a struggle, but they've got the engine out, as you can see. So leave me a comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I don't just do videos about the Lotus Esprit. I've got a number of other videos I've done of other sort of classic and interesting cars, and tell other people that you think might enjoy it. Thanks again. See you next time.